How to subtract on a number line by counting backwards. But there's a way to subtract on a number line by counting forwards, which some children find easier, at least some of the time. So here we've got 10 take away 3. Now we could start on the number 10, jump back 3 and see which number we land on. But today I'm going to show you a different method, a different way of working it out. We start on the number we're subtracting by, so we start on 3. Then we're going to see how many jumps we need to get to the number we're subtracting from, so that's 10. So we start on the smaller number, and we want to count up how many jumps we need to get to the bigger number. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And because I made 7 jumps, I know that 10 minus 3 is 7. Now let's look at 9 minus 8. Now rather than starting on 9 and jumping back 8, I'm instead going to start on 8. Now how many jumps do I need to get to 9? Well, it's just one jump. So 9 take away 8 is 1. So you can see here, jumping on 1 is a lot easier for us to do than jumping back 8, which is the other way of subtracting on a number line, which we did before. But in this question above, perhaps jumping on 7 took us longer than jumping back 3 would have done. So when you're doing subtraction, you might want to think, what is the quickest way of doing this on a number line? And if the numbers are close together, like 8 and 9, you might find it easier to just count forwards. But if you're only subtracting a small number, so if you're only subtracting a number like 3, you might still find it easier to use the method that we learned last lesson and just count backwards. So here we have 15 take away 8, and we're going to practice subtracting on a number line by counting forwards. So which number are we going to start with? Well, remember, when we're subtracting by counting forwards on a number line, we start with the smaller number, so that's 8. And which number are we going to stop at? We're going to stop at 15 because that's the larger number in our question. So let's count the number of jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we needed 7 jumps, so 15 subtract 8 equals 7. Now let's take a look at 13 minus 9. We're going to work this out again by counting forwards on a number line. So what do we need to do? Well, we start with the smaller number and we're going to count up or jump along until we get to the bigger number, the larger number. So we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. So 13 take away 9 is 4.